At RaiseCredit.com, we know it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. At RaiseCredit.com, we've got your back up. You can get the life you really want. RaiseCredit.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaisWebinar.com. Please, as we begin today, tablet and pen. Don't just take pictures with your cell phone, because what happens is you make your phone smarter than you. 43 years, seminars, workshops, boot camps, millions of clients, millions of fun helping people just like you. But they always got their cell phone. The reality is, you know what? I got to get it here. You got to get it in there, please. Now, here's a phone number. It's a centralized number. It gets into our office in case you need any help. It's toll free. It's 800-510-3338. Write it down, please. As we begin, everything we're going to talk about today, you probably haven't heard half of it. That's okay. You're going to write it down. You're going to get it in here. It's been protected in many ways as it is. And the first thing we have to do is find out what happened to you. Did you fall down? Did you try a business? Did something get in your way? Somebody kind of screw things up? You got bad credit because you jacked it up too? The bottom line is this. If you allow me to, all right, I'll do the work for you. I can get you to the million. That's easy for me. Some of you might be to the billion. I know you've heard that before, but most people are full of blah, blah, blah. I'll show you a little bit what I'm talking about today in this free overview. First, I want you to do what I do. I plan on the problems. I know someone's going to piss me off, get in my way, and bottom line is I got to get through it. It's just the way it is. But you know one thing I've always had? Safety credit. Write it down, please. I'll explain that to you today. The line of defense. If you have the safety to credit, the discipline, the rules, and the tools, all right, and the line of defense, you can get through anything. You can see it, believe it, and go get it every time. It's going to be up to you. I don't want you to bring the pain home. You might want to write that down as well. So, you know, I find people always saying they fell down or this or that or someone did this or someone ripped them off. I call it the Humpty Dumpty. We're all going to fall down. It's how you get back up again and again is what matters the most. So let's give you a little bit about my journey, how I've helped people for 43 years, how I brought in my first $100,000 at 9.5. I brought in $1 million at 14. I brought in $1 billion at 24, and 26 another $1 billion too under corporate structure. So I haven't had a paycheck for over 20 years. You might just want to listen and learn just a little bit today versus asking your friends and family what they think. You see, they haven't done it yet. You got the dream, you got the vision too. Today, let's have your beginning with me. Now, I'm going to start when I was 3 years old. This is when it all started for me. See, I got dropped off at the pier. Marina del Rey, I could see it. I could see Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. All right, it's all this money. I'm being dropped off of the pier, and all I see is money. So I started to collect magazines at the time and books. You see, Mrs. Hope, she basically was supposed to take care of me. She got her weekly and monthly checks. But every morning at 6:30 from 3 to 9.5 years old, she dropped me off at the pier. I used to think she was a she-devil from hell. I had to steal and beg off the pier, and that kind of sucked. But now, today, I would say thank you to Mrs. Hope. I literally would, because why? It forced me to get out of hell. All right, it forced me to not only get the magazines, the books, I wanted to study every rich and famous people I could find. How'd they get their goodies? How'd they get all that money? How'd they get that car? How'd they get that business? Somebody handed it to them? They get the lottery? What? Did they earn it too? So let me show you some of the things I obtained. The Lamborghini collections, the Duffys, the mansions, all right, breaking world records. That was fun as well. From there, how about the race boats? So those are nice. I always loved the fact I could park it in my backyard. Where you park yours? Corporate yachts, helicopters, goodies. You see, what I learned is how to put it together. I know you've been listening to all these people out there, and it's great. Did you buy the book about secrets, which is BS? Or did you get that motivation, the motivational stuff, blah, blah, blah? At the end of the day, what's next? You're stuck. If you write down Ray's rules today, I'll give you a bunch of them today. I'll even get you and guarantee you the $1 million dream. But you're going to have to follow through. But let me do the work, please. See, 43 years ago, I wrote Winning the Game of Business. One of the things I had to do years ago, because I had to move 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old, and that kind of sucked. Everybody I lived with were mean, especially on the 1st and the 15th. Maybe the rent or the mortgage was due, I don't know. But I knew one thing about me. I like to play games. I bet you like to do the same thing. When you play a game, do you read the instructions? Do you master the rules, read them 10 times at least? So me, I wrote Winning the Game of Business. I didn't want to bring the pain home, like most people do, like some of you, and I wanted to turn it into a game so I wouldn't be stressed out either. So again, today, I want to help you, give you rules, tools, and the discipline, offer to do the work for you, and get you in my workshop that I've been doing for 43 years. Maybe today you'll listen. All right, maybe you'll learn. You see, I connected the dots. Oh, when I was a kid, when I found out a corporation's a legal person, that changed my life too. You see, all of you heard of Helping Hand Industries. Got started years ago, went worldwide. It was started by a 9.5-year-old kid. By the way, it was me. How you doing? I got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. I didn't know anything about that at the time, but the family I lived with, they stole it all. I had to suspend the corp and bring it back again. So my first corporation was 9.5 years old. So the bottom line is rules and tools and how to play the game. I'm going to ask you to give me 90 days. That's all I need to do to get you on the American dream. And it should be $1 million dream, by the way, because I've been doing seminars, workshops, and boot camps for 43 years, helping people just like you. I hope and pray to God that you listen today, because I can change your life if you want me to. What happens to most of you when you lose your job? All right, you got an emergency, you need money now. But then you run out of time, you run out of money, you jack up your credit, you're bringing the pain home in 42 days. Tell me it's not true about you. You've all done it. Because why? You didn't know the alternative. You're going to learn things you've never heard before today, and it's about time you learn how to play the game and win. See, tomorrow morning, get up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. All right, you got a lot of work to do. Getting to know me, kind of fun. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years before I found myself in a coma. I used to help Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW, years ago too. Please do yourself a favor right now. Write down Credit Services Act. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. Well, they say credit repair is a scam. All right, and all they do is write letters going, not mine, never late. Kind of like a couple of you. The other thing, it'll tell you they're not allowed to collect money up front. Maybe that's why LexingtonLineCreditRepair.com right now, if you look on the BBB, it says 4 government agencies has filed a complaint so far. I hope they shut them down because they shouldn't be ripping people off every day anyway. But again, it's up to you. See, it'll even reference you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. They did yank those commercials off that said that I can bankrupt you and I can repair you too. I mean, aren't you tired of all the BS? Let's get right to the truth. Don't be offended when I'm too direct with you today. I like to build a relationship with you, build your dreams, and have some fun too. And that's just what we're going to do. Now, let's understand something today. All right, I want to repackage your whole life. Literally. I'm sorry, don't be offended. I think you're screwing it up anyway. I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. I think you're doing it wrong. All right, I like to clone me into you, get you to $1 million, maybe to $1 billion too. You got the ability to listen today, and I pray these are turned on, and I pray you write things down. Credit, I love credit. Oh, it's great. All right, the bottom line is it saved my life as a kid and as an adult coming out of the coma. So today, let's look at you. Have you ever heard some ding-dong say, money for a rainy day? The reality is my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. I don't know about you. The bottom line is this. If you need $5,000 today, do you need it now? I mean, bottom line, when you need money, it's now, not next week or 3 weeks from now. So what did you do? You went and asked your friends and family, and they actually said no. So did the bank. If you would have had some of the rules, the tools, and the discipline, this is a $5,000 credit card. If you have the safety credit card today and had to max it out, you could play catch up, not fall down, but you didn't plan for the mistakes. You didn't plan for the problems. You know, if you had to max that out, the payment is $50 a month. You all waste that every other damn day. The problem is you, nobody else. The lack of knowledge. Sorry to say, it's called the stupidity of man or woman. We're not stupid people. We just need to know how to play the game. You probably waste $140 a week like they say everyone does. I don't. But the bottom line is that's $600 a month. Could you imagine today you needed basically, what, $50,000 card? Here's 2. Would you like a venture or venture one? There's $100,000 of credit for you. Simple. But don't you forget and write it down. You can't write off your personal credit card or interest rate at all. So write it down. You got to have credit to have a score to get more like a house. But the bottom line is it should be called safety credit. You see, if I had to max out a car that was $50,000 today, the payment would have been $612.26. Exactly what the average person is pissing away every month. You could have literally bought 2 pizzas today. Do yourself a favor. If that's you, stop wasting money. All right? You got a choice. I don't know how many really want to go get it because this is 2020. This is countdown right now. You see what happens, there's 4 quarters in a year. March, June, September, December. When you start the 4th quarter, it's great because what do we get to do? We get to count fiscal year today in January 1st. I'll explain that to you. So let's understand something. Like I told you in the beginning today, plan on the problems. There's always some turd getting in our way or pissing us off. The bottom line is up to you. Safety credit, if you had it, guess what? You wouldn't back yourself in a corner. Line of defense, I'll show you exactly what that is as well. You got to understand, you can see it, believe, and go get it every time if you just listen and learn. The bottom line is running your own race. It's one of the hardest things to do. I've heard no 1 billion plus times at least. But if I listened to those dummies, how would I buy a Lamborghini at 14.5? All right, I run my race. It's about time you do the same. The bottom line is every time you fall or get back up again, it's okay. But the people around you want to keep you down anyway. You ever notice that at all? So it's like this. Turn off the sounds of other people because it doesn't matter what they have to say. You got to run your race today and never give up no matter what they have to say. But it's up to you. You see, I had one thing for me. I believe in me. I believe in God and I believe in me. Reaching the goal. It's kind of fun. You see, in 1981, I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet. Why? Because I believed in me and I know God gave me the rules and the tools to play too. You see, white men do jump, by the way, even though those idiots say we don't. The bottom line is don't ever hear somebody tell you can't do something. All right? The bottom line is God gave you a gift for you and help other people. It's about time you start doing that as well. Like me, I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. My wife says this is my hobby, to help people. I keep reminding her, honey, I promised in that I'd help people the rest of my life, like people like you. Now, you got an SSN. You know that? If you don't realize, that's called a Social Security card. Why did you get it? You did the same thing I did. I was told as a kid to go get an SSN to get a job, so I became a sheep. Follow along, did exactly what I was told to do, and if it gets screwed up today, you're the duck. Because when they sue you, you better damn well duck. You got maybe 1 or 2 write-offs of all. That's all you get. I don't want you bringing the pain home ever again. The reality is I'm going to show you how to play the game the right way now. So let's understand that SSN, you got an Aspirian, you got an Equifax, a TransUnion too. Well, goody for you. You jacked up the card. You did. You dropped your score. Hell, you can't get any more now, can you? You're stuck because you didn't know the rules and the tools. What'd you do? Listen to your friends and family or the banker or something? Give me a break. The reality is this is up to you today. You got a choice, but understand something flat out. The reason you got that SSN is not just because you were told as a teenager to get it. It's because our government bonds us each. We are the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated, by the way, if you don't know that. And ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, all right, they've been printing money 24/7. Go, wee, let's print some more money today. See, the bottom line is up to you. I'd like you to make a little list right now. Can you do that for yourself, please? I want you to write down Ray's rules. I want you to write down 100,000. I'd like to give you 100,000 of credit if you allow me to. Remember, personal credit, you can't write off the card or the interest rate at all. But you got to have it to maintain a score to get more like a house. So this is what I want you to remember and write it down. Don't ever jack up a credit card past 29%. You jack it up, you drop your score, that's on you. The bottom line is, if you listen to me, that 100,000, you would have 71,000 of safety credit, just in case you lost your job or there's a pandemic, all right, and you got to feed your family. You got to realize what most of you did, and I'll guarantee all of you did. So as you started a business, you took money, credit from the family, you rolled the dice. and all you did is hurt your family. I call that a bunch of dummies, because why? You did it wrong. Why would you do that in the first place? You can't write it off at all. Never hurt your family, never bring the pain home. Write it down, because that's called silly and dumb. You got a better way to play this game. Let's play it right, okay? All right, the bottom line is going to be up to you. Now, we can all go, boo-hoo-hoo. There's me in a coma at 5.5 years old. I hit the big hill in the curb of my face, going 40 miles an hour. 5.5 years old, I'm in a damn coma. I was told I'm never going to walk again in my life. The lady said, ring the bell if you got to go pee-pee. I rang the bell till my hand was friggin' numb. I crawled to the toilet and went pee-pee. I got up again. I don't stay down, and neither should you. There's me in a coma in 2009. I got to die in January, basically July 5th at 5:41. That kind of sucked, too. There I am. I'm waiting to die. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Didn't matter. I was worth millions and billions of dollars and helped people. At the end of the day, no one gave a damn about me anyway. So there I'm laying in the damn coma. I got swine flu pneumonia. Can you imagine this? What did I do? I took people in my corporate yacht parked in my backyard on July 4th to go watch the fireworks. Some ding-dong had swine flu pneumonia. I wish they would have told me who it was. I threw him and fed him to the sharks. The reality is this. I get to die. Are you kidding me? Because some dummy had a what? Swine flu pneumonia? Didn't wear a damn mask? Kind of like today, huh? So the reality is this. Eventually they called it H1N1. But what am I going to do? Say boo-hoo-hoo? You see, all my life, I've had no mommy and daddy and all that goodies you probably got. I had to fight for myself. So it's God been simple. God me. I had to walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. That kind of sucked. It was embarrassing. But my family needed to eat. Bills needed to be paid. I put that oxygen tank under my arm like a damn football. I went around and put my credit score back to an 820. Then I popped $1 million of credit. Don't you ever stay down after meeting me. If you do, that's on you. There's no excuses after today. So you got a choice today. You can live or die. You don't get a do-over. You see, COVID-19 can wipe you out. Maybe today you wear a damn mask. If I would have known to wear a mask or a bubble around my head versus laying there in the hospital being dead, hell, I would have did that too. So you got a choice today. Learn a couple things. It takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Which one are you going to pick? You see, you got a choice today. And being comfortable, sorry, I've never been comfortable a day in my life. I think comfortable people are lazy and they don't go get it. So the reality is, I'm going to tell you, never be comfortable. But again, I want you to do something that I do every day. When I was 2.5 years old, crying on the ground, looking in front of the mirror, I kind of stuck. At 2.5, I made this conversation with myself. I had to figure out how to get out of hell. I looked in the mirror and I did one thing. I said, this is up to you. All right? It's the same thing I want you to try today. Just like I did this morning. 2:25, I dropped to my knees. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I go look in the mirror and I stop time. I take responsibility for me, flat out. Some of you are dragging the past behind you or blaming everybody. Blah, blah, blah. Get over it. Look in the mirror. Don't comb your teeth. Don't comb your hair. Ask yourself 2 questions. Have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. Then why are you sleeping in past 4:30 in the morning? What's wrong with you? Is there more to be done? Always. I don't get it. 43 years doing seminars, workshops, and boot camps, hearing the same thing, excuses. See, God gave you an idea and a dream and a vision. What did you do? You went and asked your friends and family what they think. He didn't give it to them. He gave it to you. What did that do? It just clouded your direction. Do yourself a favor. Give me 90 days. You've all pissed away thousands of dollars on a bunch of crap. Why don't you invest in yourself and get stuck with me for 90 days? In 90 days, I'll have you basically set up the right way, and I'll do the work for you. I won't have any excuses like some of you have today. So you got a choice. Do like I do. I chase the money. I chase the dream. Money is one of the top 10 things I love best. See, for me, I don't have to steal or beg off the pier. I get to feed my family and pay my bills. I get to help people like you if you pay attention today. So I want you to understand money does solve problems. The ones that say money's not everything are a bunch of idiots. Okay? Well, how are they going to pay their bills without money today? You see, you got to make sure you follow through. Why? You're getting older like me. We're getting slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. And then what are you going to do? You're going to deliver pizza, drive an Uber. Ooh, that's your American dream. It's not mine, but it could be yours. You never know. You got a choice today. Now let's talk about Mrs. Hope some more. I thank her every day the rest of my life. I think it's great. It made me who I am today. You see, every Wednesday night they had a poker game. I stood outside my bedroom. It was actually the pantry next to the garage. Like I said, she at the time was a she-devil from hell. But I heard something one time. All right, I was 7.5 and I heard a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down and I circled it 10 times. What I heard is my way out of hell if I could figure it out. The next day I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked the lady, how do I look it up? She says, here's a microphone, here's a book. I read the book. I was looking for several things. The blueprint, the instructions, the manual, how to get out of hell. Let's go get the American dream. Like all the books you keep buying about motivation or secrets and crap. The bottom line is you need to know rules and tools like I needed to know. What did I do? I just got pissed off. One of the things that I do is when I get pissed off, I take it internally. In other words, I have to figure it out myself. Since God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall on most things, guess what I get to do? So I couldn't find the book because it doesn't exist till now. So what happens is I wrote the rules and the tools. If you honestly want $1 million corporation, there's the $1 Million Founders Kit. 12-book CDs, step by step. From there's real estate too. Me, under the corporate structure, I had $841 million of real estate before the coma. I was trying to hit $1 billion that year, but the reality is it wasn't mine. It belonged to corporations the right way it's supposed to be done anyway. How about the financial series? How to become the bank, buckets of money, tax balancing too. Don't forget, I wrote also Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. So today, there's some rules and tools you can play, and it gives you the structure to do it on your own if you want to. The office here, they have salespeople. That's great. They charge $999 for those books and CDs. Me, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years, that's right, there was a line around the hotel picking up the system. I used to charge $20,000 a pop. Long Beach Marriott for over 40 years too. But today, I'm in the process of helping some people. All right, and I'm raising $120,000 now. It's a housing project I'm working on. So today, you're going to do this if you want. You get all 18 books and CDs for $299. And if you don't do it today through me while I'm doing the webinar, call the office. They love to charge you $9.99. We take Zelle, wire, or deposit. It's how we get paid through COVID-19. Take a picture of that page. You're probably going to need it today. So let's understand. You can call 800-510-3338 too. So let's understand what I really want to do with you. I want to rebuild your credit my way. All right? I'm not going to write stupid letters. I'm going to do it the right way. I might even ask you to do one or two things if you follow through. Now, there's something called Rapid Rescore. I invented it a couple years ago that God gave me to give you. It does push the score up to 820 plus if you can. By the way, credit lines, articles, corporations, book CDs, and classes with me, wouldn't that be kind of fun for you? Now, write it down. Listen carefully. Every credit card you have has to be 25 to 29% all in a given day. You jack it past 29%, you drop your score, now you're stuck, can't get any more. That's on you. I want you at the workshop with me. I got to make you a qualified CFO. It's the only way you're going to play the game and win if you want to know. But as we do this some more, maybe you want to play some money, make some money with me too. You see, the fastest thing I can do to make money, all right, is going to be real estate, millions of dollars. From there, we might even think about doing basically a fixer-upper. Now, a fixer-upper, I always got to turn it to a game because I don't want to be stressed out like some of you. So I call it a flippity-dippity-do. Maybe a duplex, a fourplex, an apartment complex. How about a commercial real estate too? From there, we can think about a franchise. But if you're going to get a franchise today, you got to take the one that has open through COVID-19. Not the mom and pop, the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, the Wendy's when they got the beef. There's a line around the door, so you get to keep the money keep coming in. Profit sharing, we can do that too. Now, by the way, I was also known as the incorporator for mostly rich and famous people. I made them millionaires and billionaires. Remember, I've been doing this for 43 years. Leveraging money and credit. There's 84 ways to do that too. I can turn every one of these cards into 99 more. But this is corporate credit. I get to write off the interest rate and the card too. But I might teach you only 3 or 4 ways. That's all you're going to need. So let's think about this today. It's pretty simple. We're going to look at a Lamborghini, my favorite car. I got my first one at 14 and a half. What did you do? You see, here's a company car. And everywhere you look around you, look at all those rich and famous people, like I did as a kid. What are they doing? They're driving a company car and they're writing it all off. But not you. What are you doing? You barely get a paycheck. Ooh, that's good. It's already been taxed. You get the leftover. You pay for a car you should not. Then you take money and credit from the family, roll the dice and start a business and bring the pain home. Aren't you proud of you? By the way, that kind of sucks. The bottom line is this. I want to get you a corporate car. Tax ID and fleet price. Can you write it down, please? I want you to learn that at the workshop with me. Right now, I'll bet you're using your paycheck, all right, which I hear is called taxable income, paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Are you doing that? Can you yell the word no right now, please? All right, you need to drive a company car and write it all off like everyone else is. You get to if you want to. But again, it's like the consensus. The census is great. I love it. They're fighting on the news and about consensus. Do we extend it? Do we do this? Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, the bottom line is they got to count the people to know how much money to print. That's exactly why they're fighting over it today. So let's understand something. You got an SSN. You got one of these. You did. Isn't that good? Just like me. All right, write down Ray's rules because we're going to learn some more rules and tools. Ladies, could you pull out your Social Security card in your purse, please? That's next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your back pocket in your wallet. Now, if I ask you if you read the card, you're all going to say yes. Then if I ask you 3 questions, you won't be able to answer them at all. You didn't get it stuck here. I've proven this for 43 years. See, the card tells you flat out, do not laminate. Don't carry with you. Don't use for ID purposes. Hell, it tells you it's not even your card. It's on the back of the card. Read it. But you got one. And if the Federal Trade Commission says everyone screwed up today, would that be you? Did you join that club too? You got a choice. You're doing it wrong, sorry to say. You got an SSN. Oh, goody. All right. That's called safety credit, by the way. You get 1 or 2 write-offs if you're lucky. So how are we going to play this the right way? I'll show you. You see, you got that SSN. Oh, no. You got basically an Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, too. Remember, write it down. Personal credit is called safety credit. You can't write off the card or the interest rate at all. You have your safety credit. You get the rules and the tools and the discipline. I can make every one of you $1 million dream. Guaranteed. All right? Just got to get you out of your own darn way. Now let's write down SS4 today. Write it down now. An SS4. You see, here's the thing. You got to remember something. All right, if you looked at a bankruptcy today, it says SS, then SS4. It's like, who the hell wants to be the duck? Is it going to be you or the corporation or the division? 2. SS4 times 4. See, you got almost no liability, and you got off all the write-offs too. And you can take the credit card, the interest rate, and depreciation, and more. And you don't bring the pain home. Why would anybody bring the pain home and then get an SS4 and do it the right way? You see, that SS4, if you allow me to as an affiliate, I can build you an Experian, a TransUnion, and Equifax too. Stop stealing money from the family. Why would you do that anyway? That makes no damn sense at all. So let's understand. SS4 times 4. Can you write it down for me, please? I want you to write down some more the way I designed this in 1986. You see, if you got a corporation and you name it after you, that's called dumb. If you name it what it does, that's double dum-dum. Now write down set up the line of defense. That's right. I want you to have 3 divisions in the beginning. 1 for franchise, 1 for real estate, 1 for your current business. If you allow me to as an affiliate, listen carefully, I can build you a $100,000 card or $1 million card or both if you want. And we get to do well with corporate credit, write off the interest rate and the card depreciation value and more. All right? So why would you ever do it from yourself? But again, I already offered you $100,000 of personal credit. Remember, it's called safety credit. Don't you ever hurt your family after meeting me. You don't bring the pain home anymore. You got a choice. This is called Ray's rules. You got an SSN, which makes you the duck. You got to have it anyway. Or an SS4. Which one wants to be the duck some more? Is it going to be you? Are you going to still be a quack after today? The reality is you got the way to repackage your assets correctly and never bring the pain home ever again. You see, SSN, write it down, equals a 1040. You get maybe 1 or 2 write-offs of that. The SS4 equals an 1120. Almost no liability in all the write-offs we could do, and we don't have to hurt our family anymore. I bet you, and sorry to say, they say that if you have a corporation today, you're probably the 96% that didn't do a darn thing because you didn't know what's next. You're looking at what's next. It's called me. We're going to have fun. Now, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, or YouTube, that's kind of fun too. But you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might just want to go to raisedwebinar.com, get the full overview, and never bring the pain home ever again, please. You see, what I heard at 7.5 years old is right in front of you. All right, understand, I'm not here to give legal advice, but they said exactly what this says here. This is what I found out. 7.5 years old, they said a corporation's a legal person. I wanted to know that. All right, by the way, it says here, corporation or section 18, chapter 18, a corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. A corporation has more write-offs and more protection than you have for you. Welcome to the game. You get to play too. Now remember, the United States of America Incorporated, all right, I love it. I love the USA. But every game I play, I master the rules, and I want to beat everybody. It's half the fun. By the way, they set up their line of defense called states. All states are corporations. And you know what the states did? They set up cities. All the cities are corporations too. They have their line of defense, but not you, because you don't know what you're doing today. Isn't that terrible? You've watched some cities fall bankruptcy in the past, haven't you? The only reason they could is because they're corporations. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to listen very carefully. I want you to allow me to set up your corporation, do all the work for you, hand it to you. I might even hand you the keys too. You see, by the way, you are we the people. It's about time you step up to the plate and learn to win. Not only is your constitutional right, even the Supreme Court says so too. So are we going to play today? Or are you going to go back to being stuck? Because that kind of sucks. You know, when Nixon took the gold standard out, look at these guys. They're hugging and loving each other all the time. They don't have to worry about money like you and me. They got the key to the damn printing press, and they just keep printing money 24/7. Let's print some more money today. Now here's Mama. Mama just had a baby this morning. You and I, we got our SSN as a teenager because we were told to be sheep. It's okay, we learn the rules and tools, but Mama cannot take her baby home because it's federally mandated that she signs an SSN form for the baby. The baby must have a Social Security card issued in the system today. If not, Mama can't take the baby in the stroller in the car seat, can't go home. See, these are the rules and the tools to play the game. So the bottom line is up to you. Now you know why you got an SSN, and that's how it works. Did you write down SS 4 times 4 like I told you to? Corporation's got a tax ID. Set a line of defense. Every division, subsidiary has a tax ID. What do we get to do? Never bring the pain home ever again. By the way, you never had to in the first place. All right? But you didn't learn the rules and the tools like I did by the time I was 9.5. Because I had to fight to get out of hell. All right? I got to thank Mrs. Hope every day. So I want you to think about something today. Your SSN, it's safety credit. Okay? Don't you ever screw that up again. From there, corporate credit. Ooh, we're going to get all kinds of corporate credit. We're going to set up the line of defense. We're going to have some fun. We're going to build a business today. And guess what you get to do? You get to be stuck with me for 3 months plus at the workshops every Saturday. Won't that be fun for you? It'll be fun for me. That's why I have the fun. I like turning people into millionaires and billionaires. Stop bringing the pain home. Just like it says, Donald Trump in the past, he bankrupted 4 corporations. He didn't bring the pain home. So could you. Why didn't you do it the right way? All right, rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day and say rich and famous, but not you. I don't get it. Wells Fargo Bank, well, they set up in 1852. They sold identity. All right, those employees, that's RICO, racketeering, wire fraud. I hear they should have went to prison for 50 years. I bet it's a couple of you. What did you do? All right, you try to get past what? They got fined $3 billion. Wow, they wrote that off too. They shut down 517 locations so far. Now, don't be a crook like they were. By the way, you've watched cities file bankruptcy too, haven't you? The only reason they can is they're called corporations. But not you. Until you step up to the plate and win, I'm sorry, you're stuck and going to bring the pain home every day. So it's about time you understand that credit cards get you credit score. Credit score give you more. Maybe a house and a car. Do you know a house and a car doesn't do anything with your credit report at all besides sit there? They look pretty unless you screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw it up. Raise rules, remember? 29%. Don't you dare jack up that card ever again. You got the choice to listen and learn. I want you at the workshop with me for the next 3 months and have fun. So again, what do we get to do? What I want to do today for all of you, I want to rebuild your credit my way. I want to do it right. We're not going to write stupid letters, not my number, blah, blah. Credit repair is a scam. It's ridiculous. If we rebuild it, you're going to get to educational classes and some goodies, and we're going to get you to, all right, 720. Is that okay with you? So now from here, I like to throw you my rapid refresh. A rapid refresh will push you up to an 820. Is that okay with you too? So that's $4.99. But here's the office. They like to charge $9.98. That's okay. They got the commission they want to make. But what I always do, I like to give it away the best I can. So let's look at this flat out. Today, $4.99. All right, rapid recess, all the things rebuilding it. I'm going to hand you a $1,000 cash credit card. That's twice as much in your investment back in your pocket. Okay? And I want to invite you to the Saturday educational class for 3 months. I don't want you screwing this up again. But it's going to be up to you. All right? It's like this email we got just on Saturday. All right? They wanted to say thank you. There's 9 people in their family. All right? And what did I do? They all started with like a 500 score. And this is their way to say thank you. All right? I got them 216 points with a rapid refresh. Would you like a couple hundred points today? It's up to you. You see, I get people who email me and fax me all the time. It's fun. So if you want that $4.99 today with a $1,000 card and credit score is up as 820, there's the Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. It's up to you, because I'll do the work and we'll expedite it. Now, if you got any questions, you can call 800-510-3338 too. You see, I want you to remember something. I broadcast 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, live. I don't like pre-recorded crap, by the way. Saturday up to 9 classes too. I got people that text questions and I answer them right away, or they fax a list the day before too. But I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things. Can you follow through? That's every Saturday, by the way. You see, we're studying those rich and famous people since I was a little boy. Here's Walt Disney. They had filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past, kind of like a couple of you. What did they do recently? Look at this. Come on. This is fun. When they know how to play the game, and they know how. All right, that's called Walt Disney, by the way. So guess what? They got $1 billion in the bank. They don't want to pay any tax. It's in Newsweek, you can verify. From there, all they did is wrote an IOU to themselves. They're messing with the billion. Hell, I'm trying to get you to the first million if you allow me to. But again, you don't have to bring the pain home. SS4 times 4. Did you write it down like I told you to? You see almost no liability in all the write-offs too? You got the ability to play the game if you want to. For every SS4 you allow me to get you, I can get you $1 million plus. How much would you like? And I want you to understand that's in Aspira and Equifax TransUnion too. Corporations get credit, and they get to write it all off, but not you, because you're not playing the right way. We got to learn how to play today. So let's think about this. Once again, here's 100,000. But I don't want you to think you can write it off, because you can't. You can't write off personal credit or interest rate at all. The way I designed this in 1986, how about we get 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, marketing, lease cards, gas cards, and cash cards too. So I can help you because I'm an affiliate, 115 creditors. I get to show you I can get all the credit for you. You get to write off the card, the interest rate, and more, and depreciation value too. And over here, that's called safety credit. Don't screw it up anymore, please. You don't have to. I got to make you a qualified CFO. It's the only way it's really going to work. There's no shortcuts for you. You got to do it the right way. It's how you play the game. Now, Mr. Buffett, I studied his father first. Then I studied him. People talk about him like he's in the stock market. They got it all wrong. The man owns 100 plus companies. He owns his favorite 10. Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridge Jewelry. He even owns Fruit of the Loom. So he's playing the game today, but why aren't you? Why aren't you? You could play and win too if you want to. You see, $5.4 million. What would you do with that? Without the discipline and the rules and the tools, you'd all screw it up. Sorry to say. But we got a thing we got to look at right now. We're in the fourth quarter. That means we're in countdown. Listen carefully. Please listen carefully. For every corporation and division that's set up right now, and I mean now, right away, 2020 makes it 1 year, fiscal year. Come January 2nd, it's on its second year. To get a line of credit, there's 9 loan institutions up to 150. You got to have a 720. You got to have 2 years in the corporation and an average balance. We can apply all 9 of those at the same time if you want to. Now, that could be $5.4 million of credit. Now, for me, I look forward to the end of the year like this all the time, because if I'm going to buy a franchise, all right, I want to get it in January after I get the line of credits, because borrowed money is not taxable. I hope you wrote it down. Now, I have a final expert boot camp. You see, I wasn't going to do another one. We started at the beginning of the year, but then I had a radio show, going to get a TV show too, and then COVID-19 started to play, and we had to readjust. So I said I'll do one more. It's called the Expert Boot Camp. It is going to be this month on the 23rd, 24th, 25th. By the way, all right, my wife hates the fact that I'm not there on a Sunday. All right, and I promised her this will be my last one. You see, I married a beautiful Colombian. And she always reminds me, do you want to be a widow? So the reality is, I got to keep my promise, all right, if I want to live. You don't piss off a Colombian, by the way. So if you want to play with me in my last and final boot camp I'm ever going to do in my life, you can. I'm raising $120,000 today. All right, I'm helping a housing project too. You can call the office if you want to play and talk to one of the specialists there. It's 800-510-3338. From there, you get stuck with me for 3 days. Won't that be kind of fun for you? So as an affiliate, I want to remind you, never use authorized user stuff. Every Saturday, I got to tell people these zero balance is crap. Why did you do this? Why did you this? I got to fix you. I mean, it's like some dummy told these people how to do it wrong. Authorized users crap. It doesn't work. And don't waste thousands of dollars on trade lines. That's a joke too. You got to let me be and help you be a qualified CFO. We're not going to cut any corners. We're not going to play any games. We're going to make sure you get the money. That's how it works. And by the way, I'm the guy that basically invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn every one of these into 99 more. Would you like some? We got to talk about corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off. So we're going to call it Raise Rules and Tools. That's how you're going to play. You're going to win and never bring the pain home again. Now, this is a bunch of bars, if you can't see it, going to prison and jail. Why? Because if you ever think you're going to rip anybody off and defraud them on my dime, hell no. I'll be the first one to testify against you in a court of law, and that's where you're going to go. You're going to run a real company, by the way. So you just had 3 divisions and a corporation float in front of you. Draw the blueprint. Line of defense. What are we going to do? Pretty simple. All right, if something goes wrong with the piece, we're going to do exactly what we're allowed to. We're not going to hurt the other pieces or bring the pain home, because that'd be silly and dumb. We might want to call this the Donald Trump, the city, the rich and famous people. Hell, we can call it the Wells Fargo Bank too. What did they get to do? They got to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save a piece. They bankrupt the piece. They never brought the pain home. You get to say and play the same game too. No one has the intent to screw up, but it does happen one time or two. You got choices. Now, you bought your house. Sorry to say, I'd probably tell you did it wrong anyway. So first thing we got to look at this, raise rules. Escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. I don't get that. And I had a lady on Saturday's websites and works out with me. She hired her sister to be the mortgage company. And then the escrow is like, are you kidding me? Your sister's not your friend. She's got her hand so far in your pocket. Whee! You got to realize the people you think you can trust are the ones taking advantage of most of you anyway. So remember, you should be telling escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put it into a trust. If you have a house in your name today, I'm sorry to say, if somebody sues you, they screw you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. Why don't you Google the word trust today? All right, the form is free. You go file it for a couple bucks. But let's go back to having fun with that house we're going to fix up. We're going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. What are you going to do? You're going to hire that contractor. The contractor is going to hire subcontractors. That's down outside Home Depot. Good workers. I love that. But if they cut every corner they can and they slip and fall, they get to sue you, screw you, and take everything you got. What did I tell you in the beginning today? Plan on the problems. Plan on somebody trying to take it away or pissing you off. Every property, you're going to do exactly what I tell you to do. You're going to quit clean deed it to a division. You're going to do an assignment of equity. If they ever try to sue you, they cannot sue you at all. And at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? I overprotect everything I've got because I don't want to lose it. You got a choice today if you want to play. Please look up irrevocable trust today. Don't bring the pain home. Now, we got to fix up that property. So let's do this. And I know some of you, you try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. You cannot win the game by circumventing the rules. You have to play by the rules you've been given. Simple. So, if you did something on the side, sorry, it's not going to work. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. You might have to go to irs.gov. You might have to download a form called 656 of 433A and B. See, you need your COVID-19 check and get your butt back in the system where it belongs. They gave us the rules and the tools. You just have to master them and play the game too. You can play. There's no wrong. Now let's think. When I was a kid, they teased me and called me OPM too. I don't care. You see, I want you to have 4 more divisions. Can you write it down for me, please? Carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. At the workshop, I'm going to show you how to set up your divisions to go back to the manufacturer and save up to 70%. I don't want you to have to pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Who's going to pay for the money to fix up the property? They are. We're going to use their money. That's why it's called OPM. Now, then the escrow closes. They pay off all the bills. That's okay. Now you got $200,000 left over. Don't act like you're rich because you're not. I'll bet you every one of you today, you've had $10,000, $100,000 in the past and you pissed it away, and some of you are broke today. You got a choice. Write down Ray's rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable, please. See, you got to learn how to play the game, the line of defense, and make sure you don't bring the pain where? Home ever again. So let's think about this. Before my coma, I had a facility in Irvine Spectrum. It was only 22,000 square feet, 2-story. From there, I had locations around the globe doing $1 million plus a day. Having fun, helping people like you. The bank would call every morning or show up to the office and say, Ray, what can I do for you today? You see, when you got money, they go, they kiss your assets. You got no money, they don't know your damn name. So let's understand something today. I want to show you how to put it in the right CD, line of credit, bank account too. What we're going to do is we're going to create 3 reference points. You ever notice something? If you make the bank verify itself, they have to say yes. So what is this going to do for you? If you learn how to play this way, you see that's 600,000 of reference points. Don't ever forget the bank gets to borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back 5 to us. Now, if that gave us 5 times the money, that's $3 million. What would we do with $2 million of that? We'd go get a McDonald's today, a big fry, all right, a chocolate shake, and a Big Mac too. You want one? Let me know. See, you got the ability to do this right. And the best time to do a franchise is January after you age it 2 years, instantly. See, it's called beating your own doubt. You're going to have to run your own race. Don't you understand that? Cash flow, free up your time. I want you to design your own cash flow, free up your time. How are you going to do it? Corporation. It shows 8 ways it can loan out money. C191D. Let's take a credit card like this one here. Why don't we take $50,000 off of a credit card, corporate card of course, and loan 5 people $10,000 apiece. We're going to put a second trustee on their house. We're going to put a homestead blocker, a UCC one with the chattel mortgage too. I invented those 30 years ago. It's about time you pay attention today. You see what that did for you? You created $2,449 of cash flow per month after the bills were paid. If you took $100,000, that's $4,800. If you took $150,000, that's $7,347. See, you can design your own cash flow, free up your time, literally by setting up a corporation now and get ready for January 2nd. But again, can I get you to listen today? I'll show you some mansions that I've had before, helicopter yachts too. You see, I don't believe in blah, blah, blah. I believe in the proof. See, I got to get you past go. I'm probably one of the most verified people on the planet today. I got no blah, blah, blah for you, sorry. I used to call this one God's gift. You see, I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? See, there's a choice. I like the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too. Heck, wouldn't you? See, now I need you to write down 2 more things. Can you do it for me, please? I want you to change your driver's license. Yeah, I want your driver's license to have a P.O. box or mailing address on it. Because every time you whip it out, when you wrote that check or debit card, you're going, I'm not home right now. Come rob my house. Come sue me, screw me. Take it away, please. What did I tell you in the beginning today? Planning somebody trying to hurt you or take it away. I'll bet it's some of your friends and family too. You got a choice to play by the rules. But let's play and win. In California, we got the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. You got the choice today, but it's going to be on you. So let's think about this. The last time you bought a car, what did you do? You let somebody sweat you for 2 hours? No, all day long it seemed like. What happened? They wore an ugly tie, an ugly shirt. You see, you got literally 9 inquiries and lost 5,000 plus. Because you did it your way. You did it my way. See, my way is a tax ID and fleet price. But if you're going to do it your way, okay. They hand you the paper and say, we got to run your credit. Next to their signature from now on, I want you to write down, listen carefully, this allows 1 inquiry only. I want you to take a picture. Can you do that for me, please? You see, I don't want you to do it your way because your way sucks. I want it fleet price. I want it tax ID. And I want you driving a damn company car. But again, it's up to you if you want to pay attention today. Now, what's going to happen? I pray this doesn't happen to you. If you went to the bank or the grocery store today and you bumped somebody's car, a little bumpity bump, I'll bet you they're going to act like they got whiplash. I'm going to die. Then they're going to ask you for the driver's license, the insurance, registration, please. And what happens now? Between your heart falling out of your chest, it's got your home address on it. The insurance, are you paying that insurance for that car you don't like right now you're driving? Out of your paycheck? I hear that's called taxable income. The corporation could have paid for it in the first place and wrote it all off. What's wrong with you? Are these broken today? Oh, the registered owner? It's you? Oh, goody. It's you. You're the duck. They're going to call one of those nasty attorneys on TV. All right, they're called bloodsuckers. They're going to sue you, screw you, take everything you got. You didn't listen to me in the beginning today, did you? Plan on the problems. Plan on somebody getting in your way, pissing you off, trying to take it away from you. You got a choice. It's Ray's rules. I like the register owner to be the division. If you allow me to, I'll help you do that too. The lien holder to be the corporation. And guess what happens now if they want to sue you? They can't. Boo-hoo-hoo. At the end of the day, they literally do get diddly squat. Isn't it about time you protect your ass? And never bring the pain home? But that's up to you. You got a choice. Now, what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? I'm enjoying life. Worth millions and billions of dollars, helping people all the time. I took my yacht from my backyard. There was my address at the time. Check it out. All right? And I said, fill it up. I used a corporate card, wrote off the card, the interest rate too, and in the damn yacht too. So I took people to what's the fireworks. My wife and I did. That's great. Some turd had swine flu and pneumonia and killed me. I would have known. I would have threw him overboard, fed him to the damn sharks. I didn't want to die. I don't want life destroyed. What am I going to do? Like some of you go, boo-hoo-hoo. Then they call it H1N1. They couldn't make up their damn mind. No, I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I got pissed off. All right? And I internally made sure my family got to eat. Bills got to be paid. Put the credit score back to an 820. I popped another $1 million of corporate credit. I don't stay down, and neither will you from now on. You got that? You got the ability to listen, learn, let me do it for you. But again, God's using me to help you today if you pay attention. It's like in the coma. I made a promise I'd help people the rest of my life. That's why I'm here helping you today. I want you to learn the rules, the tools, some of them. Get to the workshop. Let me do the work. Put you in workshops for 90 days, and you can take it over. It's kind of fun. By the way, I named my son and my daughter after me. When I'm dead and gone, my legacy will live on, called the Reynolds University. Remember, 5.4 million lines of credit. And if you screw this up, you don't do this right away, that's on you. You had an opportunity to incorporate now, be able to call it January 1st on its second year. Let me use my history, the divisions in the corporations too, to get $5.4 million of credit to go buy a franchise. See, when you got money, they pay attention. When they got no money, they don't know your damn name. If you allow me to today, I'll set up the articles. The all says tax ID. If you got one, you probably spent $3,000 plus and got a stock kit anyway, and you're looking at what's next. By the way, that's me. I'm going to charge you $999 today, but this is what you have to do, and it's a must. You've got to get to the workshops. 90 days. See, every time you watch your favorite movie, I'll bet you can say the words before they say them, can you not? So if you go to the setup class again and again, what do? You put it here. Then I want you in level 1, how to set up the divisions, the line of defense. From there, that's $999 too. The Office sells it for $19.98. But wait, there's more. I started that on my TV show years ago. Now they make fun of it. Oh, well, so do I. How about $1,799 to you today, as long as you do it right away through the webinar. I'm going to get you the divisions, the corporations, the structure, teach you how to do it yourself. Line of defense. I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. Now, this is how I take away your excuses. You invest $17.99 into this. You're stuck with me doing the work for you in 90 days learning. Now I hand you 3 times your money back to you. All right, Rapid Rescore and credit building too. What excuse you got now? You stubbed your toe? And what do you get to do? You get to get set up and get ready for next year. Your ability is the Zelle wire deposit. That's all you're going to have to do while I do the work for you. So you do have that phone number you can call right away. It's 800-510-3338. You see, the lack of commitment is the biggest problem you have. That's why you're stuck. You spend thousands on crap and you don't know who to trust today. Trust yourself. Trust this. This won't let you down. It's even in writing. And I've done it for 43 years. Now let's look at a building in a Lamborghini through tax ID. It's called Reaching the Dream. For me, it's called Think and Be the Impossible. I've done it all my life. I've heard no a billion times. Everybody, their stupid opinion. And what do I do at the end of the day? I got the goodies, and I tell them in the back of my mind, shut up and get out of my way. You see, it's called Ray's Rules. It works. All right, no excuses, neither do you. The bottom line is you get to play with me, or you get to stay stuck. That's up to you, too. 90 days, I'll have you on your $1 million dream. We're running out of time to get that 2 years. But that's up to you. Me, you're stuck with me at seminars, workshops, and boot camps. And if you don't listen, that's on you. I'm going to do all the work for you. No hesitation at all. By the way, motivation, I love it too. The difference is I listen to it every morning. But at the end of the day, motivation, you got to do what you got to do because they don't give you any tools and rules. So at the end of the day, it's still blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, I'll show you some of mine. Show me yours, please. If you don't have yours, let me do it for you anyway. Let's use Ray's tools and rules, and let's go get it. No excuses anymore. See, at the end of the day, you got a story to tell, too. We all do. How about an 820 credit score? How about 100,000 of safety credit? Learn the rules. How about we get you a corporation and divisions, too, up to $1 million? So stop being stuck. And if you're wondering what's next, that's okay. It's me. I'm your next. We're using Ray's rules and tools. Not going to bring the pain home ever again. There's no reason to. What did I tell you in the beginning today? I want to repackage you and your whole life. Your car, your house, your bank account too. I want to clone me into you. I want to do the work for you, hand it to you. I don't want you to screw this up, by the way. So if you want to be with me at my last and final boot camp that I made a promise to my wife, it's going to be this month, 23rd, 24th, 25th. All right, and today's the best day you can get the best price you can, because I'm in the process of raising $120,000 for a housing project too. But it's up to you if you want to call that phone number. It's 800-510-3338. So what are we going to do today? You see, remember, I was forced to write those rules and tools. At 7.5 when I heard corporation's a legal person. It's the greatest thing. I got to thank Mrs. Hope every day, because I had to figure a way to get out of hell. There's the rules and the tools in writing for you if you want them. Still play with me too on live on the workshops. Office wants $9.99. Okay. Today, because I'm doing this fun thing, housing project, today only you can get it for $2.99. L 18 books and CDs. But if you don't sell it right away, call the office in 30 minutes from now. They'll charge you $9.99. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. It's up to you. You see, I want you focused. If a corporation and divisions are done now, and we set it up right with all the histories and all the pieces, literally, we get to count January 1st as the second year, 720 score histories. We get to pop up to 9 lines of credit per division, per corporation too. The only thing in your way now is you. And if you're not doing that corporate setup program, $17.99, $54 of cash credit back to you, 3 times your investment, Rapid Rescore credit building too. Sorry. All right, these must not be working, because that's a giveaway. You have a choice. You can Zelle, wire, deposit today. And again, you can call that number, 800-510-3338 if you want to. So let's think. Since the 14th Amendment made corporations into people, we the people, I love the USA. But anything I've ever done in my life, I always analyze the rules and tools 1,000 different ways. I never stop. Even to this day, I still study it and try to figure out some more. So they manage 50 states. All states are corporations. What do the states do? They manage the cities. They got their line of defense because the cities are corporations too. You've watched them file Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the past on a couple of those, haven't you? You didn't even know that existed today. So let's understand something today. We can call it Ray's rules, never have joint credit, buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Corporation, we never call it our name because that's called dumb. We don't name it what it does. We want multiple functions. We want up to $1 million of credit. We need divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. This is how you make sure you set up the line of defense. You've watched banks close down locations and grocery stores too. All right, they're still in business today, but not you. You put yourself out of business because you didn't play the game the right way. So let's understand something. All right, like I said in the beginning today, plan on the problems. Plan on somebody trying to take it away or pissing you off. If you got safety credit in the line of defense, you can see it, believe, and go get it every time. Nothing gets in your way besides you. You have the ability. And if all you want is an 820 credit score, okay, $499, $1,000 card back to you, twice as much you invested. Get into credit educational class 2. No excuses now. All you got to do is Zelle $499. Now you're stuck with me. We'll do all the work for you. Not hard to do at all. Now, this is my favorite one. This is the one if you're serious about getting over $5 million of credit. All right, you want franchises, you want real estate. This is millionaires in the making, which I believe every one of you could do. From here, I say it's step 1. From there, we put all the pieces together for you. I analyze you twice. The office likes to sell for $3,995. That's good. Me, I like to give it away for what people tell me. I paid $3,000 for a corporation, Ray, and got a stock hit. What'd you do? I don't know. I just give it away for $3,000. There you go. All the goodies, me setting it up for you, you getting the age, you getting the history, and I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit. That's right, $25,000 of cash credit. If it was me, I'd put $5,000 to you and the rest of the corporation and divisions too. By the way, that's 8 times your investment back to yourself. That way you'll be ready come January 2nd. No excuses. All right, you're the only one who delays this. Don't do that anymore. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. You want to call 800-510-3338? Go ahead. But I won't let you down. You're stuck with me. See, the American dream is simple. Okay, everybody talks about it, but no one gives you the rules and the tools besides me. They want to give you those books of secrets, which is a bunch of crap or the motivational stuff. Rules. Receive money every month. Pay your bills. Drive the company car. Go on a business trip. Help other people. Free up your time. Set up the line of defense. Raise rules. Don't you dare bring the pain home. The Millionaires Founders Kit is going to be free today if you do this right away. Listen to what I'm telling you, because I usually don't offer that at all. So you got the Millionaires in the Making workshop, $2,999 today. $25,000 of cash credit back to you, 8 times your investment, and I'm going to hand you the Millionaires Founders Kit, 18 books and CDs. Now you're going to get set up, everything done right away, get in the workshops, credit building, all the pieces. January 2nd, how many lines of credit would you like to go after? You want to go after all 9? You could. Zelle, wire, deposit. And if you let this opportunity pass you by, you like being stuck. It's got to be on you. 800-510-3338. I do all seminars, workshops, boot camps. I've never passed the buck. You're stuck with me every step of the way. Guaranteed. From here, stay safe, stay strong. If you're sitting wondering what's next to come, let it be me. Let me get you there. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen for that. He gave me rules and tools to give to you, and I hope you pay attention. You've got 800-510-3338. At the end of the day, we have the rules. We don't have to bring the pain home ever again. Your choice is up to you now. Call the phone number right away. Or sorry to say, you're going to stay stuck. I'd like to get you there. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.